What's the difference between discuss to argue and call? What's the difference between discuss? Okay, copy. What's the difference between to what to discuss? What's the difference between this? What's the difference between to discuss? What's the difference? The difference. The Wait, I'm like falling. What's the difference between to discuss or to quarrel? What's the difference between to discuss, to quarrel, and to war and to argue? You know. What's the difference between? My mouth doesn't move anymore. What's the difference between? What's the difference between? I mean, it's all gonna be having your full stage revision, stage 8. Is it correct? All right. So, all right. Are you ready?
Okay.
Good. So, first question here is: do you like people who are always laughing and joking? Do you like people who are always laughing and joking? Yes. No.
Yes.
I like people who are always laughing and joking. Yeah. Can you tell me a joke? Can you tell me a joke? Yes. No.
No.
I can't tell you a
I
joke.
can't tell you a joke.
What am I pretending to do? What am I pretending to do? You're pretending
to
play the piano, etc.
etc.
When children play together, do they often pretend to be adults? When children play together, do they often pretend to be adults? Yes, when children play together, they often pretend to be adults. If you see someone you know in the street, but you're in too much of a hurry to stop and say hello, do you sometimes pretend not to notice them? If you see someone you know in the street, but you're in too much of a hurry to stop and say hello, do you sometimes pretend not to notice them? Yes, no.
Yes.
If I see someone I know in the street, but I'm in too much of a hurry to stop and say hello, I sometimes hello. I sometimes pretend not to notice them. Good. What do we have to put on an envelope before posting a letter? What do we have to put on an envelope before posting a letter? We have to put an address and a stamp on an envelope before posting a letter. Before posting a letter. Good. If you write the address on the envelope and leave out the postcode, will the letter still arrive? If you write the address on the envelope and leave out the postcode, will the letter still arrive? Yes. If I write the address on the envelope, but leave out the postcode, leave out the postcode, the letter will still arrive. But it may take longer. Take longer. That's correct. Longer. Yes. On an example, I'm putting a stamp on a piece of paper, right? Like, whatever I pretended to do. You're pretending to stamp a piece of paper with a stamp. Would you find it difficult to behave naturally if you met someone really famous? Would you find it difficult to behave naturally if you met someone really famous? Yes, no?
Yes.
I'd find it difficult to behave naturally if I met someone really famous. Yep. What do we mean if I say naturally she was pleased about passing the test? What do I mean if I say naturally she was pleased about passing the test? If you say naturally she was pleased about passing the test. You mean of course she was pleased passing the test. Yep. What is the most recent film you have seen? The most recent film I have seen is Frozen 2. What was it like? That is, was it good, bad, or just so-so? What was it like? That is, was it good, bad, or just so-so? It was
good.
Have you been to any concerts recently? No, I haven't been to any concerts recently. Yes, coronavirus, right? So what can we say instead of the word friend in very informal English? We can say mate instead of the word friend in very informal English. What is a housemate or flatmate? What's a housemate or flatmate? A housemate or flatmate is someone who will live with. Yep. Do you know the names of all your classmates? Whoa. Do you know the names of all your classmates? Yes, no? No, I don't know the names of all my classmates. If you thought one of your workmates was stealing money from the company you worked for, what would you do? If you thought one of your workmates was stealing money from the company you worked for, what would you do? If I thought one of my workmates was stealing money from the company I worked for, I'd speak to my boss about it. Is there anything you're really looking forward to doing at the moment? Is there anything you're really looking forward to doing at the moment? Yes, no?
Yes.
There's something I'm really looking forward to doing at the moment. What? I want to travel abroad.
I want to travel abroad.
What kind of things do you look forward to most? What kind of things do you look forward to most? The kind of things I look forward to most are traveling abroad, acquiring English skills, and business opportunities in the future. Yep. What does the expression "let me see" mean? What does the expression "let me see" mean? The expression "let me see" means give me time to think for a minute. On what kind of occasions do we use it? On what kind of occasions do we use it? We use it on occasions when we are thinking about something and we aren't completely sure of the answer. Yes, that's correct. If you were the owner of a business and one of your workers stole something from the business, would you give them a second chance or would you dismiss them at once? If you were the owner of a business and one of your workers stole something from the business, would you give them a second chance or would you dismiss them at once? If I were the owner of a business and one of my workers stole something from the business, I'd dismiss them at once. Why? Because I can't trust them anymore. Yep. Supposing there was a place, shall we say, somewhere in the middle of jungle in South America where you knew for sure there was about 50 million pounds worth of gold, but the chances of returning alive were only 50-50, would you go and take a chance and try your luck, or would you just stay at home and dream about it? Supposing there was a place, shall we say, somewhere in the middle of jungle in South America where you knew for sure there was about 50 million pounds worth of gold, but the chances of returning alive were only 50-50, would you go and take a chance and try your luck, or would you just stay at home and dream about it? Supposing there was a place, shall we say, somewhere in the middle of a jungle in South America, where I knew for sure that there was about 50 million pounds worth of gold, but the chances of returning alive were only 50-50. I'd just stay at home and dream about it. Why? Because I'm not an adventurous kind of person. What am I doing? You're whistling. Yep. Many years ago, the humans had to hunt animals for food. Yes, many years ago, humans had to hunt animals for food. Why should we judge a person by his deeds or many actions more than by his words? Why should we judge a person by his deeds more than by his words? We should judge a person by his deeds, more than by his words. Because it's easier to say things than to do them. Yep. What do we use grease for? We use grease to make the different parts of a machine move smoothly. Yelly. Right. So in other words, what do we use a pair of scissors for? We use a pair of scissors for cutting paper, etc. Okay, let's go down. If you were in a bus going downhill and the driver suddenly lost control of the bus, what would you do? If you were in a bus going downhill and the driver suddenly lost control of the bus, what would you do? If I were in a bus going downhill and the driver suddenly lost control of the bus, I tried to take control of the bus, etc. Can drive, that's nice. What might happen if you didn't pay your electricity bill when it was due? If I didn't pay my electricity bill when it was due, they might come and cut the electricity off. What are you due to when? When are you due to come here again? When are you due to come here again? I'm due to come here again later. Yeah. Why don't trains always arrive when they're due? Trains don't always arrive. No, always arrive when they are due because of bad weather, breakdowns, etc. Yep. When a person is rich, do you think it's due to the fact that they are more intelligent than most other people, or do you think it's mainly due to love? Good. When a person is rich, do you think it's due to the fact that they're more intelligent than most other people, or do you think it's mainly due to luck? When a person is rich, I think it's due to the fact that they're more intelligent than most other people. That's nice. Another, where your grandmother is both born in the same country as you, where your grandmother is both born in the same country as you. Yes, my grandmothers were both born in the same country as me. What do we call our grandfather's father? What do we call our grandfather's father? We call our grandfather's father our great-grandfather. Like, dun, dun, dun. Another. Are the people in the country mostly tea drinkers or coffee drinkers? Are the people in the country mostly tea drinkers or coffee drinkers? The people in this country are mostly tea drinkers. Yep. Do you think that passing exams is mostly a question of luck? Yep. So do you think that passing exams is mostly a question of luck? No, I don't think that. Passing exams is mostly a question of luck. Yep. Do you think your language is totally different from English, Japanese to English, right? Do you think your language is totally different from English? Yes, I think my language is totally different from English. From the English. Okay, another. If a friend of yours is wearing clothes that look totally wrong on them, do you tell them? Yeah, if a friend of yours is wearing clothes that look totally wrong on them, do you tell them? Yes, no?
No.
If a friend of mine is wearing clothes that look totally wrong on them, I don't tell them. So you said. Another, what does the idiom "let yourself go" mean? What does the idiom "let yourself go" mean? The idiom "let yourself go" means relax and enjoy yourself. Give an example, please. If you relax a little and let yourself go, you'll feel happier. Yes, exactly. Another. What's the difference between to discuss, to argue, and to quarrel? What's the difference between to discuss, to argue, and to quarrel? The difference between to discuss, to argue, and to quarrel is that to discuss means to talk about something in a serious or formal manner, whereas to argue means to disagree badly on a subject and become angry, and to quarrel means to lose control of your anger and start shouting and saying unpleasant things to each other. Do you enjoy discussing politics? Yes, no?
No.
No, I don't enjoy discussing politics. Why do housemates sometimes argue with one another? Housemates sometimes argue with one another because of the noise, chores, etc. Did you quarrel a lot with your brother or sister when you were a child? Yes, no?
Yes.
I quarreled a lot with my brother when I was a child. Yep. Give an example of the word argue used with the meaning of to reason. She argues that if we don't go now, it'll be too late. What does it mean to live a regular life? To live a regular life means that we eat, sleep, and work, etc. at more or less the same times every day. Would you say that a regular life was better than an irregular one? Yes, no? Yes, I'd say that. A regular life was better than an irregular one. Why? Because it's more convenient
for me.
Yep. Can a dentist do anything about irregular teeth? Yes, a dentist can do something about irregular teeth. Do you work irregular hours? Yes, no?
Yes.
I work irregular hours. Why is it important to blow up bridges during war? It's important to blow up bridges during a war in order to make it difficult for the enemy to get across the river. To do so, they would either have to swim, cross by boat, or build new bridges. Yep, what is the difference between dust and powder? The difference between dust and powder is that Dust is natural and collects on objects, whereas powder is something that is made. Have you ever collected stamps or anything like that? Have you ever collected stamps or anything like that? Yes, I've collected stamps or something like that. On what kind of occasions do people collect together in large numbers? On what kind of occasions do people collect together in large numbers? The kind of occasions on which people collect together in large numbers are parties, political meetings, football matches, etc. Do they collect money in the streets in your country for different causes, such as for the Red Cross, the poor, etc.? Do they collect money in the streets in your country for different causes, such as for the Red Cross, the poor, etc.? Yes, no? Yes, they collect money in the streets in my country for different causes, such as for the Red Cross, the poor, etc. The poor, etc. What do you consider to be a good cause worth collecting money for? What do you consider to be a good cause worth collecting money for? I consider charity to be a good cause worth collecting money for. Collecting money for. That's correct. What kind of furniture do you like to see a room furnished with? What kind of furniture do you like to see a room furnished with? I like to see a room furnished with chairs and tables, etc. How long does it usually take for a new film in Japan to become available to buy? How long does it usually take for a new film to become available to buy? It usually takes about a year to or for a new film to become available to buy. Yep, that's correct. If you rang somebody up when they were at work but they weren't available immediately, would you wait, leave a message, or call back later? If you rang somebody up when they were at work but they weren't available immediately, would you wait, leave a message, or call back later? If I rang somebody up when they were at work but they weren't available immediately, I'd call back later. Yep. Do you think that human beings sometimes behave worse than animals? Yes, I think that. Human beings sometimes behave worse than animals. Yep. What artificial parts of the body can science provide us with? Science can provide us with artificial arms, legs, teeth, hair, etc. Yes, etc. All right, let's move on to this one. What do we add the letters ES? Again, ES to form the plural of a noun and the third person singular of a verb. What do we add the letters ES to form the plural of a noun and the third person singular of a verb? We add the letters. Which one? ES. ES to form the plural of a noun. Plural of a noun. And the third person singular of a verb. When a word ends in the letters O, S, X, Z, CH, or SH. Give me some examples, please, both noun and verb. One potato, two potatoes. I go, you go, he goes. Yes, that's correct. What happens when a noun or verb ends in a consonant plus Y? When a noun or verb ends in a consonant plus Y, the Y is changed to I, and then the letters ES are added. Yep, give an example, please, both noun and verb. Give an example, please, both noun and verb. One lady, two ladies. I cry, you cry, he cries. If you kiss your mother hello, how many kisses do you give her? 1, 2, or 3? If you kiss your mother hello, how many kisses do you give her? 1, 2, or 3? If I kiss my mother hello, I give her one? Okay, one kiss. Yeah, what do we mean by a rush hour in a large city? By the rush hour in a large city, we mean the time when everyone rushes to work, when everyone rushes to work or home from work. Yes, that's correct. Let's move on. So who were your heroes when you were a child? Who were your heroes when you were a child? My heroes. When I was a child. Were Sailor Man, Ampaman, etc. Why? Because they had contributed for the peace and entertainment. Yeah, I see. Etc. Yes, so you think, right? We're not. Another. What does the idiom pull someone's leg mean? What does the idiom pull someone's leg mean? The idiom pull someone's leg means joke with someone. Someone by making them believe something that isn't true. Give an example, please. After all these years of knowing him, I still don't know when he's being serious and when he's just pulling my legs. Yep, let's move on. What is the difference between an addition and plate? What's the difference between an addition and plate? The difference between addition and plate is that a dish is deeper, whereas a plate is flat. What's your favorite dish? My favorite dish is sushi.
Sushi. Yeah.
Do you know how to make it? Yes, no? No? Yes, no? No, I don't know how to make it. I know how to eat it. Another. Are you for or against the police carrying arms when they're walking around the streets on duty? Are you for or against the police carrying arms when they're walking around the streets on duty? I'm what? I'm for or against? I'm for the police carrying arms when they're walking around the streets on duty. Why? Because they are protecting our city.
They're protecting our cities.
And I agree with that. Are you for or against fox hunting? Okay, I'm against fox hunting. Why? Because I feel sorry for the wild animals in the forest. Alright, Mia, so that's gonna be your full stage revision of stage 8, right? So thank you so much for taking this lesson. Have a good day there. Bye.